Okay, so this is some old news, but I wanted to cover it. Donald Trump and his freaking garbage truck. You can see it right here on the side of it. He's stepping in. This is in response to Joe Biden calling pretty much all Trump supporters garbage, which, who knows, could be his way of like sticking it to Kamala Harris one more time. But I don't think he really stick it to Kamala Harris anymore. It's kind of a dangerous thing to do. But the reporter's going in here. Donald Trump got a garbage truck, had his sign slapped on it, and then he drove it to his rally in response to it. And it's pretty damn good response. Vivek Ramaswamy, he also had a garbage truck. Here's him actually going and grabbing garbage and throwing into the garbage bin. Probably made a few comments about Biden and Harris on that one. But yeah, there's a... there he is. Also doing his own little garbage truck stunt. It's funny. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and see how funny it was. Let's listen to see what Donald Trump has to say.
I don't think they'll have to be used. I think we're going to have a big victory. And I think 250 million people in this country are going to be very happy because we're going to bring the country back. We're a nation in decline, very, very serious decline. And we're going to bring our country back.
Did you know that?
Yeah, he's right. Before I came home today, I rode around my neighborhood with a motorcycle. There are at least 50% less houses that are celebrating Halloween and have their decorations up. And I kind of refuse to believe that all those people move somewhere else. Where I live is very expensive, too expensive to be honest with you. And for my own reason, I'm still here, although I can't wait to get out. But there's significantly less people celebrating Halloween. There's significantly less people doing trick-or-treating. There's a decline. Don't get me wrong. It put a smile on my face, so see people still doing it. But just the cost, the effects of it, like the economy, like the overall morale attacks, and like this feeling of like just being tossed to the side and replaced. It's getting really bad. So yeah, I mean, hoping for a Donald Trump victory here, turn this thing around. Also, just to have a permanent turnaround, not just Donald Trump, because so if he wins, he's only gonna be in there 4 more years. But like a permanent turnaround to get the United States back in the direction that it was a long time, or at least back in the 90s. Get back there at least and start moving forward. I don't think we can with all the problems we have, but we can fix it bit by bit if we work together. Next part of this is not so much fun. Unfortunately, ballot boxes were set on fire in Washington State and Oregon State as well. It was Washington, Vancouver, which I believe is a more red area. There's also Portland, Oregon, which is not a red area, but I believe the ballot box was burned at a location where it's kind of predominantly like a red spot. Now, this, obviously, Portland, Oregon shouldn't surprise anybody who's ever paid attention to Antifa and their antics. That's where they like to hang out. But I believe they're doing it to not send a message, but cause a reaction where conservatives and Republicans will not vote by mail or not vote by ballot, which honestly, you shouldn't anyways. That's how they're rigged by ballot harvesting and all the other questionable things that they do. But you should really vote in person. But what I'm hearing and some information is that some of these voting in person locations are being hampered or like being affected. And honestly, it should really just be one-day voting. Everybody goes in, they vote in person, ID, confirm they're an actual U.S. citizen, vote one day. That's it. Same day results. Not all this silly crap that we're doing here for mail-in ballot harvesting and or mail-in ballots and then ballot harvesting and all this other junk that basically is just used to rig elections. So it was set on fire. Now, there are anti-incendiary devices inside here, but they have to wait for the ballot box to get hot enough to set them off. And then one ballot box, the anti-incendiary device was installed, but it didn't work properly, so hundreds of ballots were burned. The other one, it did work, and only 3 were burned, but still, that's having an effect. The fact that we're not having people firebombing freaking ballot boxes. Not good times. Now, what can you do as a person? 1, go out and vote. Make sure your vote's going to count. 2, keep an eye out for shenanigans. If you see shenanigans, record it. Okay, record it. If you believe you got something, send it to whatever news media you feel you can trust, YouTuber that you feel you can trust, whatever. And get that out there because we definitely need to make sure we safeguard election because there's already some shady crap going on. Call election interference is what I would call it. Okay, that's enough for now. Just want to kickstart this channel one more time. I'll see you guys later.